All right, my friends, real quick, I thought, let me share with you as we are, looking at the projects for 2026, and we're going to be, of course, I'm going to have tutorials. As I was getting ready to take pictures and to film this, I thought, let me show you how I trim my fringe. I have a little quick video on how I make my fringe with a CD case. But now here's a fun way that a lot of people have that might make it easier to get your fringe nice and straight and nice and smooth when you cut it. Alright, this is just a quilter's ruler. And remember, I used to do some small mini quilts years and years ago, but I still have all the equipment. And here's my rotary cutter that you need to always keep closed when not in use. Okay, and I have steamed out my fringe. Steaming is really important. I have steamed it out. Either you can do it with an iron or with a steamer. You know, I'm old school. I just run it to my ironing board. Alright, this is this is not too wide. If you get a real wide one, then you got to measure everything. I'm just going to use the width of this ruler right here. I'm going to lay it up against where the fringe meets the fabric. And I'm just going to lay it right here after I've ironed the fringe. Smooth it out. Now you see all the fringe that you just kind of move it around. And that way I don't really have to measure anything by number, but I just measure it by the width of this one item. Now I've got it on here, I think. So now I'm going to open my rotary cutter, and I have a cutting mat. And I'm just going to run my rotary cutter. This one's real old, so it's not too sharp, but it'll do the job. Since I don't quilt anymore, I haven't really bought any of the equipment in a few years. And you see how now let's take a look. I'm going to close the rotary. I'm going to lay it here. I'm going to take it up. Look at that. Look how easy and easy that it, look, straight line. Alright, now I'm going to, of course you'll need to get up all this stuff because it's going to make a little mess. But this is so much better than taking the time to try to do it with scissors. Now I'm going to turn it. I'm going to just do it in real time on this quick tip video just so that you can see how I do it. Okay, now I'm on. This is going down. I think this is like across one front. Okay, I've got to get my fringe kind of, see, I've already steamed it, get it smoothed out, make it look nice so that I can get a nice straight edge. You saw how pretty that edge was. Okay, don't go too far than the ruler. I'm going to line that ruler up against the fabric and where I've tied off the fringe right there. Can you see it? Alright, and I'll move that one out of the way since it's not fitting on there. And just get this section. Alright, that's what I have. Can you see that? Alright, so now take my rotary cutter again, hold it in place, put a little pressure. I'm not measuring anything other than what this ruler, if it comes outside of the width of this ruler, it's coming off. And that will be perfect. It will be the perfect length for this fringe. And you just do that. Make sure you got everything. Close the blade so you don't accidentally hit your hand on it. Grab up the scraps. And let's take a look at this one. Oh my God, look at that. I think we've got I think this is a plan. What do you think? Let's do one more, then we can call it a wrap. Okay, so I can see where I've stopped, so I want to line the next little section up. And it's nice to have, like I said, this cutting mat. I hope you have one. Most crafters have it. I used to, even if you don't use it to quilt, it's great when you have to glue, hot glue stuff. We used to use them, you know, we used to do a lot of hot gluing when I used to do craft shows and stuff. So these are good. You don't want to ruin or cut something. Here we go again. Oh, this one happens to be, how many inches? 1, 2, 3. This is a 4-inch ruler in width this way. So that means my fringe are all going to be about 4 inches, which is perfect. Get it all in there, each little section. Get that little section out of the way. Line it up right against the fabric and the little knots where you tied the fringe. And let's go again. One more time. I didn't get that one in there real good, but I can always check it. Like I said, this one's not very sharp. So old tools come in handy just for crafty things. Not necessarily, it wouldn't be maybe a good one to quilt with, this cutter, because it's kind of dull, but it's perfect for what I'm doing. Thank goodness I didn't throw it away. I think I have a couple more somewhere over there in the drawers. Like I said, I haven't quilted in years. Okay, you ready for the ta-da moment? Let's give it a try. Ta-da! Now look at that. And then, of course, I'm going to work my way all around. And then when I share it with you in the presentation that I'm giving you for what I'm knitting for 2026, you'll see how pretty it looks. Get that, that, and that. Now, what do you think of that tip? Don't you think that's a good tip? Quick and easy, nice and clean, and straight. Just a quick tip from Jay. All right, see you back in the presentation shortly.